Hey, everybody, welcome to the PanelCast. This is episode 290. I am one of your hosts. I am AJ. With me is Joel, and
Freddie.
that's his name. I was like, called you Jewy for some reason.
You wanted another J in the
You
room.
were like a combination of Joel and Joey. You were Jewy. And so
That was even better. Oh my gosh, that's a new term. Like, you don't really go to temple, but you do Hanukkah. So
you're kind of Jewy.
Jewy.
You're a little Jewy.
You're not a. It's like Jewish, but a little less.
Right. I can say that he's Jewish.
A little less.
Yeah.
Right on. I'm feeling Jewy today.
Welcome to episode 290 of the PanelCast. In this episode, the last episode before February, again this month, this has been the slowest, fastest month of the year.
Yeah,
I think it's always like that at every beginning of every month.
Just January is just so long and it drags, and there's so much BS that has happened this month. But it's already over, and we can't believe we're already in the second month of the year.
which I don't want the rest of you to go super fast. Like,
Right,
I'm trying to look forward to a whole bunch of months individually.
This decade, known as January, was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Luckily, we only have 365 more days until February.
Right. You need to come in a little closer.
Come on, squeeze in here.
Get in there. Get in there. Get some
Get in
love.
there.
Get
Come
some
on.
love.
Okay. All right.
All right. So in this episode, Freddie and I are going to be talking about a long lost show that we recently rediscovered, and that's Alcatraz.
Mm.
Joel will be reviewing Dust Bunny. I'm going to be talking about A Night in Seven's Kingdom and A Night in Seven Kingdoms.
Mm.
And then we're going to take you through the horror of Starfleet Academy. Joel's got a little bit of comic book love. He's going to share with you. And all that and some random geekness. So who knows what else. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
Roll them.
Let's start with Joel, since he's so anxious to get started and talk a lot.
Okay.
Joel, you actually have a comic book you wanted to review.
So,
And this being a comic book review show, we should probably do that.
Nah.
So this fabulous book right here is a collected work. Okay. It's got some amazing issues combined. It's stories from 1991 all the way to the bonus Lobo story at the end, where Dredd and Lobo are together. But this is Batman and Judge Dredd together in some ridiculous stories. Mignola does the cover, which is awesome. Inside, you've got Simon Bisley. You've got so much amazing art. Each story, let me just give you a quick preview of the different kinds of art. But we're looking at beautifully painted. Let me see if I can get this in here for you guys. Maybe right about there, okay? Even from here, I just want you to send every panel of most of the art in here is just, it's everybody that works on it is fabulous. You can find one of these puppies for about $20 to maybe $30 tops. But it's going to be a lot cheaper than you trying to get all the issues. At this point, if you try to get all these issues, you're going to be in for a hurting. But if you are lovers of Batman and Judge Dredd and Lobo and the antics that ensues, this is something for you. This is the very, very rare peak at these guys being together, and it is not a smooth friendship. Okay. And I'm just going to show you the cover a little closer. So you can look it up just like that. You can look up the Batman and Judge Dredd collection. It's the stories do connect, though they are not all written and drawn by the same people. But the crew that comes together, man, is it ridiculous. And two different types of justice, but they somehow managed to work out together. I don't know. Are either of you gentlemen fans of either of these guys?
Oh, yeah.
No, they both suck.
Yeah, right.
Love Batman. Love Judge Dredd. Didn't read many comics, but, I'm used to the Stallone movie.
It honestly has.
Well, luckily, unfortunately, and luckily, they are rebooting the Judge Dredd franchise. We have a movie coming out in the next 2 years.
Is this the third reboot then?
Yeah. No, it'll be a second reboot.
Or second? Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Second reboot. I'll be honest with you. I thought the second go at it actually wasn't bad.
I thought that was fine. They could have just left it alone and continued on with the franchise from there.
Yeah.
Or even leave the franchise alone with just that and maybe continue on animated.
Yeah, animated would be amazing because let's be honest, the Dredd world is there's a lot of things about it that I love that aren't realistic looking, and that's fine. I like the fun of the art and how Mega City just looks. Everything looks kind of ridiculous and overblown and crazy.
But I mean, it's just gonna look like Coruscant.
Yeah, and I don't want that. It has to be. And honestly, if you had a Judge Dredd movie that was anything less than like RRR, I don't think you can do it. So also another warning: this set of stories is probably really not. I'm going to go ahead and just say 18 and up then. But it's definitely an adult comic. Just mainly there is some pretty graphic stuff going on there, some violence, a few words here and there. But what's great about the world of Dredd is they've got their own different batch of words for cuss words. So technically there is no cussing in there. But Batman retains being Batman, doesn't matter what world he goes to. And as ruthless as Dredd is when it comes to punishment, they managed to work it out. There's some cool stuff. Look, Batman and Dredd come to blows for a little bit. The Joker makes an appearance. All four of the judges, okay, they're all in it. There's a lot of appearances. There's a lot of cool scenarios that I think that the folks that got to work on this, when whoever's phone rang that morning and said, "Hey, do you want to do a Batman Dredd comic?" And like they were putting their pants on mid phone call, like to go, like it's time to go. You don't get very many opportunities to do a crossover like that. So please, if you guys enjoy either of these characters, they go magically together, even though they like I said, they butt heads, but it's really well done. I think you were going to say something. I
just remembered I have a Judge Dredd tattoo.
Yeah. So, it's also, I want to give a shout out to my buddy John, who actually, I had read bits of this, of some of the story, but I hadn't actually caught all the issues back in the day when they originally came out. And so many, many years later, after I kind of forgot, this was gifted to me by a friend of mine that knows I like both characters. And he was like, "Dude, you're going to like this." And it rejuvenated just some of the fun in comics that I love the most. Because I've continued to read Dredd. I try to catch what Batman I can. And but the crossover between the two it was really, really magic. I hope they do it again more in the future. I don't know. Obviously, that's like, business has to be worked out between two completely different companies and one across the sea in good old England.
They're a lot closer than you think.
I'm sure they got offices here. To me, this would be a major seller. Even no matter what they would do, we know Batman sells. Batman will always sell.
Tapping the desk.
Oh yeah, sorry. Batman always sells. I think he always will. And Dredd might be more niche, but I think there's enough people that absolutely like that character. Compact, a lot of goodness in here. And if you guys are artists and you like to draw, this book will absolutely make you want to sit down and sketch. The colors are fabulous in here, and it's a pretty nice little book for a trade. All your goodies in there. That is the Batman Judge Dredd collection. Okay.
Sure, you can find it on Amazon or any comic book store, any brick and mortar that's out there.
Yeah.
I read these individually. I thought they were great individually. I haven't read it as a collection yet. So when I get a chance, I'll take a look at it. But it looks cool, and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I hope if anybody picks this up that they enjoy it as well. And I guarantee if you don't want it, you sell it, somebody will get it. They'll get it from you. So, okay, that's my spiel on that. And I will put that back down. All right, where to we next?
My parents always raised me to, first off, how many Little Richards?
For me, it's as many Little Richards as you'll let me get, because I'm always trying to push it. I keep them like, "Hey, is there 6?" You're like, "No, dude.
There's only 5.
And I'm like, and I keep trying to push like, "Oh, there's 8, right?" You're like, "No, dude. It's the same 5.
Look, just because you can fit that size.
I'm just trying to get in here next to Richard.
Any amount of Little Richards you want inside. We cap it at 5.
All right. Well, this thing definitely got 5 Little Richards to me. Also, you guys, this was a gift for me. If you want to hook somebody up, dude, 5 Little Richards on this guy for a friend. Okay, even somebody who's just barely familiar. I think would still enjoy the craziness. But again, like I said, just somebody who's really, really open to some wacky, crazy art and just a little bit of off-color comedy and loco-ness. This is going to be some magic. So 5 Little Richards.
Nice.
There you go. So like I was getting ready to say, as my mom always told me before, when you're getting ready to eat dinner, eat what you don't like first. That way you can have what you really enjoy last. Eat the vegetables first is what I always end up doing. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now by talking about, not that one.
I was about to say, I feel like all of this is, well, I didn't see this.
We're going to talk Starfleet Academy.
I didn't see this, so please tell me whether or not I...
This is the newest entry into the Star Trek lore, the Star Trek franchise. It takes place 123 years after the fall of the Starfleet Academy, after the burn.
Okay.
And if you are unfamiliar with Star Trek Discovery, then you won't know what the burn is. You'll have to go through and watch Star Trek Discovery to discover what that is, or Google it. It's probably the best way.
Okay.
Basically, the burn came, destroyed a big chunk of the universe, and took out the Federation and all this stuff. And so now the Academy is being rebuilt. And they recruit Holly Hunter and her barefooted ass to run the Academy and try to get new recruits in there and go and be a part of Starfleet. Okay. This is 90210 in space.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like in the picture that I'm staring at.
I've gotten 3 episodes in. I wanted to like it. There's a couple of characters that I don't mind. The cameos of some of the characters from Lower Decks and Discovery and a couple other shows that have shown up in this have been great. That have been awesome.
Okay.
I really wanted to give this a try. I gave it 3 episodes. But I have an aversion to feet. I don't like feet whatsoever. I am the anti-Tarantino.
Okay.
And so far in each episode, Holly Hunter has walked around barefooted and even sat in the captain's chair barefooted with her legs up. And
is she the captain of a ship?
She's the chancellor of the entire Academy. And so the Academy itself is a ship.
Okay.
That disassembles into buildings. It's like a transformer. You'd think I'd fucking like this show.
You could have.
I don't know, man. We're getting further and further away from me wanting to, because I think this is on
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus, yeah, and I don't.
That's where all Star Trek is.
Yeah,
all Star Trek is on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
So one of the best characters in the show is the Klingon. There's a Klingon half-breed on the show, and she is fantastic. She's played by Abishola's best friend from Bob Hart's Abishola.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember the character. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry, but she was such an antagonistic, badass woman in Bob Hart's Abishola. And to see her be that again as a Klingon female warrior instructor in this is awesome. It doesn't make up for the rest of the show.
Oof.
And I am just not here for the rest of it. You watched it, right, Freddie?
I did not get a chance to watch it, unfortunately.
Well, you made me watch it alone?
I tried to get to it, but I
you.
ran out of time. And is she the one with the blue shirt?
No, that's a guy.
That's a guy.
I can't see from this distance.
Yeah, that's a guy, bro.
That's a guy, dude.
Never taking you to a club anywhere because I don't want you to.
That's okay. I don't go clubbing.
Okay, good. Good. I just don't want you making bad choices based on vision. Okay.
Well, he's married.
I know, but still, just in general, I'm just going to watch out.
Look, the bad choice is if they got food and I don't share with my wife.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you continue to believe that as women, though, because I think, anyway, that the
show is it's a good way for new viewers to get into the show, for young teen audiences to get into Star Trek, to find out about the lore and to get behind what adventures may be coming with Star Trek. That's fine.
Can I ask you this then? Do you feel like the show is lending enough to that people will actually want to go back in time and watch Star Trek, because it's going to be so far from what it sounds like they're doing in this, like the level of what's
at most people are going to go back and watch Voyager and Lower Decks, but that's about it.
That's kind of a bummer, but hey, I guess if it keeps it alive, then I mean, I can't totally hate it, but at the same time,
yeah, I gave it 3 episodes. I'll give it 1 more, and if I can't, then it's done. It's done.
So
many feet.
Currently, what? How many Richards is this?
I don't even want to rate Richard on this.
Okay, how would Richard feel?
I don't know.
No, I mean, just based on you knowing him, how many little Richards do you think he'd
Richard wouldn't have. Richard isn't. I don't know.
He wasn't much of a Star Trek fan that I remember for sure, but
he wasn't.
He wasn't opposed to it. But
this isn't a show about what Richard would like or not like.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think, is it campy?
No, it's just a teenage show. It's 90210. It's 90210 in space.
Okay, yeah.
All they're talking about is
who
all
they
their
like
teeny bopper crap and who they like, and there's some political drama in there. And already the teens are involved in stuff that they're way out of their league to be dealing with. Like, it's just too much. It's all stuff we've all seen before. It's just unnecessary.
I do take Star Trek rather serious, and it was a pretty serious show with a lot of. So yeah, okay. Thanks for saving me on that one.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. Go check it out for yourself if you want to formulate your own opinion. But for me, you lost me at feet.
Okay, so maybe 1,
if that.
If that.
Moving on from that.
Okay. Well, you got the vegetables over with, or the bad vegetables.
So I'm going to start off with something good. Did you watch Alcatraz?
Yes.
Okay, we can talk about Alcatraz. This show came out.
Yeah, this has been a while.
This was a high hope show for us. Came out about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
2012.
2012, yeah. And at the time, we had a member for the panel, Brandy, who had a friend that was in the show. And so we were very excited about the show and wanted to watch it. And I loved the show. And even on the rewatch recently, I really enjoyed it. The show is about how in 1963, 263 prisoners on Alcatraz, I believe it was, disappeared. And what they released to the public was that they were transferred off the island. The island was shut down for good for reasons.
Some died.
Right.
Some disappeared. Some went home.
Right. But what really happened is that these people just disappeared off the island. Nobody knows. So here we are in 2012, which is the current time of the show. And these prisoners are showing up and they're committing crimes. And they're the same age that they were when they disappeared. And so now there's a special unit that's out to investigate what the hell's going on with all of this. And that's what the show is about. It's from the people that brought you Lost, that brought you Fringe. Yeah. It has the same violin, the whole 9, like every feeling of Lost and Fringe about it. Everything about it. And it lasted, 13 episodes?
Yes. I thought it was 12, and I saw 13. I was like, oh, yay. And that's just something I thought.
I don't remember. I do remember watching it, but I don't remember if they had completed the story. Do you remember if they did?
No.
They had Sam Neill.
Yeah.
They had Sarah Jones.
Yeah.
They had George Garcia, Hurley.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a great cast, and I thought it was a great story.
Yeah, everybody worked well together.
I remember watching it for a bit, but wasn't there a delay at the time when this came out?
At the time, it was spotty.
But there was a big issue with writing and stuff at the time. I could have sworn that the episodes, everybody was waiting, and it was like a week, and then it wasn't. It was like a month, and then they kind of played with us for a bit, but it was good.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. Kind of sad that when I didn't look much into it, so I was like, okay, the season's almost over. Where's season 2?
Yeah, that's
well, snap.
That's hard, but
I had found out before it got was announced that it was getting canceled. Because our friend was Sarah Jones.
That's like telling you Christmas is canceled,
right? And we were all excited for her, and excited because we were like, oh yeah, this is cool. We know someone in the show. Yeah, it's exciting to watch her succeed and do all this cool stuff.
Oh yeah,
and then
that's a bummer because not a lot of things get to be filmed on the Rock, and I do remember there being significant amounts of it being filmed there. It's a special place in history. It's not like any other place. I've been there multiple times, day tour, night tour. Let me tell you, a night tour is the business.
I know. I've been there many times.
Yeah. And so, Freddie, have you been?
Nope.
Okay. Well, hey, you got to put it on your bucket list to get there. I'd be happy to go there with you. I'm sure AJ would go.
Creepy as hell.
It is creepy as hell, but it will remind you what it was like to be a little kid and being kind of actually scared. But it's just not like any other place. And the view of San Fran from it is also completely different. So
freezing too.
I would enjoy that.
I still think it's a toss-up. People say that the gentleman that made it off the rock could have made it. I say it's possible, but let me tell you, if they lived, it was miraculous, and their story was loco, because that water is nuts.
So unfortunately, this isn't streaming a lot of places. I think you can find it on Tubi,
Okay,
or Freebie.
Okay.
But not a lot of places otherwise. I had to dig deep to find it. I'm not going to tell you where I found it or
you think the rights are like in the weird middle zone right now?
No, I just don't think it's popular enough to be anywhere.
Which is sad, because it was a good show.
It had
Apparently,
a lot of potential, and right as the story was getting really interesting, right as they were making reveals, just enough reveals to keep you enticed in it. Cancel.
And from what I was reading up on, it was so popular that people would take the tours, and they would actually try to leave the tours to find the fictional place in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And they had to put signs up saying, that's all fiction. It's not real.
Right.
There is no secret thing here. It's like, that's what they want you to think, isn't it?
I'll be honest with you, the island's got creepy, crazy, all kinds of weird stuff on it that just, you don't have to do anything to it. But I'm curious, and maybe we'll know, maybe we'll never know, if they actually had the full story arc somewhere and it was written and completed and just didn't get to get filmed. So who knows? Maybe somebody.
I'm sure there's like a fan site somewhere that has some fanfic or some information on it.
But let's have like a book or some comics about it.
Honestly, if you finished it in a comic book, I'd still be like, okay, cool. It's better than nothing.
I mean, that's how we got season 8 of Buffy.
Hey, any way you can get something you like, get it.
Coming up next, we're going to have Joel run your ears to death as he talks to us about.
Oh, man.
The Dust Bunny.
So
I have to admit something real quick. It's kind of my fault he watched this.
You told me to watch it.
I told him to watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. Like, I saw the trailer. It was like, oh, this looks really interesting. Mm-hmm. And then I started playing Fallout.
You're not the only person. Don't feel bad, bro. There's a lot of people out there that tried to do something and played Fallout instead. So it's okay.
200 hours later, I'm still playing Fallout.
I'm gonna give a review without giving away things I think that are gonna ruin the actual plot for you. I don't want to bust that for you. AJ calls, or I think we were texting or whatever. You said, hey, give this movie a try. It looks different. And I was like, okay. I was home. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pay $10 to stream a movie. And I don't do that. So, but you know what? I will say that every dollar in my $10 was well spent. I wasn't the only person on the couch that watched it. Everybody liked it. I want to tell you, this is a different kind of movie. I will give you the most basic premise. A little girl is dealing with a monster under her bed and attempts to hire a hitman to handle the situation. That's all I'm going to say about it. So Mads Mikkelsen is just great as usual. He nails his character. Sophie Sloane, and she's a little girl. She nails her part. Sigourney Weaver pops up in it. She plays a fabulous character. I really enjoyed. Everybody did a wonderful job. The art direction in this film is fabulous. It's a lot of fun. It's a mixture between funny, scary, full-on comedy, to just a really visually interesting thing to watch. Even the extra side characters, character actors, everybody did a great job. It's pure fun, but it is a little weird. It's a little weird, but very, very good. I'm glad you suggested it.
It looked like a cross between what was that movie with Brad Pitt? Bullet Train, Speed Train,
Oh,
Fast Train, whatever that movie is.
yeah.
And the little girl vampire kidnapping movie.
I mean, once you see it,
It looked like a cross between those two movies, and that's what got me interested. But like I said, I started Fallout, and it's been Fallout brain ever since. I don't doubt that this is a great movie, and that's why I suggested it to you.
Mhm.
And I knew your brain would be the kind that would process it properly. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it and that I was right.
if you're into, just colors, shapes, and just very visually different kind of stuff, if then this is definitely for you. It's like I said, to me, it was a nice mixture of real and fantasy, and you're not really sure where you land each time you put your foot down while you're watching it, but that's okay. It kind of keeps you on your toes with what's happening. And I wouldn't call this a kids movie. So just because there's a little girl and it's named Dust Money, I wouldn't call this a kid movie. I still think you probably should, be, at least a teenager. I mean, there's nothing crazy in it, but like I said, it's a lot of fun. I feel like it was a love project, meaning, I don't think the money needed to be made. I don't know how well this film will do, but everybody looked like they had fun doing it. It's a very different kind of feature. So at least watch the preview. And like I said, Mads Mikkelsen plays a fabulous. I know he had fun doing this. I hope the little girl, actually gets some more films out of this. I think she did a really good job being next to all these other people and nailing her part. She held her own anytime she was on camera. And Sigourney Weaver, what do I gotta say? I don't gotta say nothing.
Just Sigourney Weaver.
Other than get back into Aliens. Actually, you know what? Don't. Alien is doing great without you.
And
right
honestly,
now.
like the writing for that would just be like, come on, man, really?
Right.
Like,
how many clones would you be?
Yeah, we're so cloned out, Thanks, Sigourney. She made sure that we weren't going to get messed with that anymore. She's like, nah, we're not doing that.
Well, all right then. How many Little Richards would you give it?
I would give it 5. I didn't have a single complaint about it.
5? That's high rating.
I gave it a 5 because when I went to it, I didn't have anything I was expecting except just to see some. I knew it was going to be a fun movie after I watched the preview. That's all this is. It's just good, wacky fun. Like I said, comedy shooting, a little bit of scary, good connection between the main characters. Yeah, it was just a good time. I'd watch it again.
Awesome. Now for the last review that we're going to do. Did you watch Dust Bunny?
I did not watch it.
Okay.
I didn't even know about it till just now. So I'm going to have to definitely check out the preview and then see the movie probably later.
If you got time.
Yeah.
This next review, I kind of touched on it the last time we were recording. But I wanted to give it a full in-depth review now that 2 episodes have been out. And I've had a chance to absorb it.
Mm-hmm.
And after seeing all 10 inches of what was on the second episode this week, I don't think anybody could absorb it. But here we are with not Dust Bunny, but a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Okay. I was unaware. I knew there was a knight. I knew there was 7 kingdoms. I had no idea about anything you just said prior. And unless
did you watch the second?
Yes.
Do you know which I am?
Yes, I did.
So are they doing the Game of Thrones, let's show some parts kind of thing? Are they just doing that, but they're doing it with dudes?
This is my opinion of the show. And Freddie, I don't know if you have the same opinion or it's different or not, but I was big into Game of Thrones when it came out. Okay. Used to have watch parties, everything, and would be at the water cooler the next day. This show is great because you don't need to know shit about Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Other than Game of Thrones existed. 100 years from when this story takes place, apparently Game of Thrones happens. It's
okay, so this is a past. This is in the past.
No, yeah, past.
Okay.
All the families are there.
Okay.
You don't know shit about them. You find out little bits in passing.
Okay.
All this is a hedge knight, some random dude.
Okay.
It was Joker. What's Joker from part 2? What was his name? Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
He's Heath Ledger
Okay.
in that movie.
Okay.
Where he's wandering around.
Yes.
Okay, and his boss dies.
Okay.
And so him and the guys have to wander around and keep fighting and pretending the knights until they can present their full lineage and
Yeah.
That's what this is, but serious.
But the preview, they kept trying to show like kind of campy, funny moments. That's all I saw in the preview, so I wasn't sure.
So the show is mellow.
Okay.
It's really mellow, and it's really just here to tell you a tale
Okay.
about how this knight, his master died, so he decides to take on his mantle and continue on being a knight.
Okay.
But while he's doing so, he has to get other knights to remember his master so that they can continue his patronage as a knight.
Okay, but he's not actually a knight.
He's not like knight, but he's like,
He's still got skills.
Right.
Okay.
And so while he's doing that, he meets up with this little kid. His name is Egg, and he wants to be his squire. So he's like, all right, I'll take you in.
Okay.
The show is comedy, serious. It's a comedic look at serious shit.
Do we get a little bit of sword play?
We get a little bit. We get jousting, a lot of jousting in the second one, which was great. That jousting was fantastic.
Okay, because if there's one thing in
but there's gonna be, I know that there's gonna be sword play because he's getting ready to fight.
Okay, because if there's one thing I will give Game of Thrones, though, like you said, this is different but the same, but is that they gave us kind of, I feel like, a new higher bar in on-screen fighting for a show.
And this hasn't done that yet.
But it could.
All this is doing right now is establishing who this knight is and telling you the story of this knight and how this is different than Game of Thrones. This is just a story of this knight and this kid walking around, adventures.
I'm okay with a build. I think, in fact, the best fights.
And it's so mellow and it's so nice. I walk out of the episode smiling.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, that was cool.
Well, this is gonna be. That sounds like a setup to me. Like, we're gonna show you some. We're gonna have some fun.
Oh, the setup is coming.
I just feel like when you're saying that, anything that starts out too pretty and enjoyable in this type of world, the charade can only last so long. So I'm going back to some of the fighting in Game of Thrones. Some of the best battles, though, is because of that build, like what you're talking about. The people involved in that battle. That was some pent up stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
And so
I can't get too deep into it. I'm just here to tell you what the story is.
Okay, but definitely I think
the story right now, I'm excited where it's going.
Okay, and there's 2 full hour-long episodes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna see a 10-inch
sword.
A crooked 10-inch sword. And you'll see it being used. I'm sorry. But I love the show so far. I think it's just cool enough, or this knight is just making the right contacts. You can just see enough that it's foreshadowing enough that some shit's going to come down, and that knight is going to be just a badass, I think.
But definitely for people who
he's
are
going
of
to
age.
impress everybody, and he's going to just come up and be like, I told you. Like, all you had to do was recognize me. Why didn't you just,
Okay. But again, for adults, sounds like an adult show.
Oh, yeah. It's
definitely adult show.
Based on the sword exposure.
5 minutes into the show. Joel, didn't I text you this?
5 minutes.
5 minutes into the show, you will know.
Hey, he's not wrong. 5 minutes.
I shit you not.
All right. Well, 5 minutes, man. They
Freddie knows.
Freddie knows.
somebody across the boardroom table then was like, hey, so we got this show we're gonna do. Also, hey, 5 minutes in, and they're like, dude, 5 minutes? Just trust me. Just 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
The best part of the show.
It's a Game of Thrones connected story. We can pull it off.
Right. We're gonna remind them that they're watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
5 minutes in.
So it sounds like an adult show, but also with that comes adult dilemmas, adult story, adult level.
Freddie, what do you think of it so far?
It's pretty good so far. I wasn't too big into Game of Thrones myself. I tried, but it just didn't catch my attention. This I felt the same way a little bit, but it's a build-up, so I'm waiting. But it's still enjoyable for just the waiting part.
So as it's standalone, no bias, because you didn't really watch much Game of Thrones, you feel like you could just enjoy this as its own thing.
Yes.
Okay. Like AJ said, you don't have to watch Game of Thrones to watch it. I was a holdout. I had been burned by some shows. So I told everybody, I'm not watching your dumb show till it's almost over. So I waited and I waited and I waited.
There's only 2 episodes.
No, I'm talking about Game of Thrones.
Oh.
And so I waited and I said, I'm just going to binge it and then I'll catch up to you guys and then I'll watch the end with you. So I binged it, like the whole thing up till it was current. And there was like
dumbass.
The last, like, what was it, 4 episodes were going to come out. So I packed it all in there, was super stoked. I mean, there was days I parked in parking lots on my way home from work and sat there and watched 2 episodes in a parking lot because I didn't want to wait to go home. So, I mean, I really enjoyed it up to a part of it. I'm not going to get into that pain. There was issues, but 98% of it, the world was great. So I will watch this show purely based on how many Richards you're going to give it so far.
So far, it gets 5.
Also on the fact that while I don't know much about Game of Thrones, I do know a bunch of the names. So when the names were mentioned, I already knew who they were talking about, at least.
And that was the nice familiarity, at least. Like sometimes, because I still get the names mixed up between the Targaryens and Lannisters and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So every now and then I get them mixed up. The white hair helps.
Yeah.
But like every now I'm just like, who's that supposed to be? But right now, his buddy, I love that guy. The way that their friendship and their relationship is building up right now, like I just love it. The way that Duncan just feels like Duncan could just walk into that tent, grab a beer, and just help himself, and it'd be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll find out. I don't know yet. I'm going to say that there's a premonition that I hope if they do well and the show goes well, that somewhere by the end, they will at least throw in a clever connection to something that eventually we know leads to
I hope they don't.
something.
I hope they don't.
No. I don't want it to.
Because in the book, it doesn't tie at all.
This is not part about the book.
Yes, it is.
This is in the book?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it's its own side story.
Oh, okay. So, but it does not tie in.
It does not tie in at all.
So if they did, they would have fabricated it.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. They'll have to bullshit like they did the last season.
All right. Well, then we don't want that.
No.
We don't want that. Okay, I take that back.
I thought its own adventure.
My bad. I thought this was its own thing that was just pulled out of somebody's. Let's just do a Game of Thrones thing.
No.
Okay.
This is its own adventure that George R.R. Martin wrote.
Okay.
It's a side story.
Did he finish this?
Yes. He
Okay.
finished it. It's all done.
Because he has not finished Game of Thrones.
I
correct?
know. This is
no,
Game of Thrones.
No. I was just saying I wasn't sure because he hadn't finished that. I wasn't sure if he finished
he
this
hasn't
other
finished
one.
Game of Thrones yet.
Oh, okay.
Side stories are usually quicker to finish than main story. So,
how do you know how many side stories there are? I am unaware.
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't read Game of Thrones. My friend at the very beginning when everyone was getting into it, I asked him. I was like, "Does this seem like something I would be into?" He's like, "Do you like getting into a character and following that character
For
throughout
a long time?"
I said, "Yes." He's like, "You will hate this book."
Oh, because they killed so many people.
And I said, "Okay." So I didn't read it. And when I was watching the show, he's right. At the time when it was coming out, there's no way in hell I would have liked it. Now, maybe, now that I've grown in appreciation and intelligence and readership, maybe now I can understand it. But there's no way back then my homeless ass was going to understand that shit.
I mean, they kept you on your toes because you did not know who you were going to lose.
Right.
And everybody was
at no point in time did I get into the series and the lore or any of that stuff. It wasn't Swords of Shannara for me. It wasn't the series of time, Sword of Time, or any of that stuff for me, So that I never got into it.
But for some people, they had been waiting.
I know. Everybody's been waiting their entire life. I met Martin at con one time.
First book is at least 20 years old, something like that? Older?
I know how deep the lore is. That lore is the same with me as I am with Jim Butcher right now. With the Dresden Files. If he doesn't finish that series, before he dies, I will fuck you up.
It's not.
I will raise you from the dead and kill you again, Tim Butcher.
It's just mostly not fair to do. I think as an artist, writer, musician, whatever, I think there is a certain responsibility, if possible, to give the lovers of your stuff some completion. I'm just saying, if I had the opportunity to make a story, I'd want to give it all to you.
I mean, I'm 13 years into writing ZKS. I should finish it at some point.
Okay, then there we go. We cannot leave the people in the not know.
I'm trying. I'm inking the last issue.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
I believe in you.
You know,
but yeah, if it's cool to write a long series and an ongoing series, it's awesome to have one that you can grow old with. That's what we all want, is something, a family book, a familiar book, something we can read and grow old with, especially if it's a series. And that's what I'm doing with Jim Butcher, and I love that series. The Dresden Files is wonderful for me. And I'm sure a lot of people are having that experience with Sword of Stones and the with this series, Game of Thrones series. I don't know what it's actually, I can't remember what it's called.
And just anybody dealing with epic book series, yeah.
But they're enjoying that series, going throughout their life. But it must suck knowing that Martin probably won't finish that book. He'll never finish that last book. He's been sitting on it for years. Every time he goes to write for it, he gets distracted and writes for something else, writes another thing, or we end up with another movie he's putting out for something different. So I don't know, but all I care about right now is the Night of Seven Kingdoms. I'm grateful it doesn't tie into any of that stuff, so I don't have to worry about it having any problems with it. And that it's just a nice, mellow story right now. And in a world full of all this drama and chaos and backstabbing bullshit. In this show so far that I'm experiencing, I'm not seeing any politics involved. I'm not seeing anything other than a man trying to earn his worth.
Okay.
And I'm enjoying that. So I'm sure the family bullshit's all going to come later.
Yeah.
But for right now, I just want to see this guy and this kid just have fun and go through having their. What is the name of that movie? It's going to drive me nuts.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
I'm going to look it up right now.
A Knight's Tale?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale, yeah.
They're living their Knight's Tale life.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm enjoying out of it right now.
Well, you sold me on one thing for sure, is that when you told me this is a side story that is complete, which means there is an arc, which means I've told you before, I'm tired of my heart getting broken. You with me and start all these damn shows and don't finish them. Like, I'm just not going to watch your shows anymore. I'm just going to be a grumpy old man up on a hill and will not watch any of your shows. But there's a completed story, so we know they can at least give us that. You don't have to have much knowledge of anything else to just jump in and enjoy it. That's the second thing.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, in a sea of pain, there's so many drama shows there's so many shows out right now. There's definitely a darker tilt to things for the last few years. People are hungry for more darker stuff. I'm okay with feeling good. I love character stories where it is circled around 2, 3, 4, whatever. The characters, they're in a situation and you watch them go from being, hey, I don't even know you, to,
to grow,
to growing, growing, living the journey, because that's how life is for us. So you sold me.
It's just a suggestion. Everybody, all of these shows that we've reviewed on the show these are just our opinions on the show. We tell you the fact based on the plots and what the story's about, but everything else afterwards is just our own personal opinions. Take them for what they are. If you choose to go and check them out against our opinion or because of our opinion and share or dis-share our opinions, let us know. We always look for that. You see Joel and I sitting there bickering back and forth. It's not a bad thing. It's just how it is. We want to know what your opinion is on the movies and the shows that you're watching, because that's how we figure things out.
And I've watched things because multiple people, we were having a conversation, and I've watched things because some of the people that I was sitting around thought it was terrible. And I'm like, I knew what they liked. And I was like, you know what? I want to watch that, because that is the opposite of what they just said was good. So, it's main thing I know we want for you guys is get out, experience. If something looks interesting to you, watch it. And yeah, please, if you have something major to say with or opposite to what we're saying, we still want to hear it, because I'm open to hear critiques, right?
Right.
And also suggestions. Again,
please suggestions. We're always looking for suggestions. We want to know what you're watching, what you like. If you've got something obscure or even mainstream that you don't think we were into, give us a suggestion. We'll check it out. We'll give it a shot. You know,
with the multitude of things out, sometimes it's hard to figure out what to spend our time on. So if someone comes in
your suggestion could save our life.
Yeah, you could tell you
could be sitting there going, I don't know what to watch this week.
Yeah, you tell us a show turned your life around. We're gonna be like, okay, you guys, that's some pretty heavy language. I guess we should give it a go. So
and yes, we know the pit has started. I'm not watching it until the season is over because I need to binge it all at once.
Okay.
It's 15 hours of trauma, and I'm going to be there for it the entire time. So
I think it's probably going to be really great. Friends have told me a lot about it. So I have a little bit of a different aversion. I think it's probably going to be a great show, and I think it's probably going to be one of the more accurate shows, especially how it's supposed to go through timeline.
And the fact that they do it in a hospital with real doctors and real nurses.
You may not like my answer for why I'm not too stoked to watch it, because I did it. I worked in an ER for for almost 20 years, and I'll be honest with you, like there's a lot of things in the show I may not want to revisit. There's a lot of rough stuff that you see in the course of your job, and
that's what the show's about.
And
dealing with those memories,
and I get that. So
recovering from that trauma.
I will watch it on my own time, probably by myself, because one of my biggest gripes is a lot of medical shows over the years have been grossly terrible, inaccurate, and just don't even bother to do their homework. And when Scrubs is one of the most accurate medical shows I've ever seen, then that shows you how bad most of them are. But this one, people have really told me that their homework is done, the accuracy is there, and it's, you said they had most people tell me it was the human show you wanted for that environment.
Right.
And so like I said, I've just been reluctant to get to it because I don't know. I mean, in the course of the job, you do and see the things you do, but sometimes you're okay with the brain softening the memories a little bit, but sometimes a good, is good for you. So I'll do it.
I'm waiting until the season's over, and then I'm going to binge season 2.
Okay.
So we'll get there. There's a bunch of other TV shows that are coming out soon, and movies that we're going to be reviewing soon. So don't worry. We'll get to it.
There's an abundance of stuff. If we did nothing but sit here just like this with buckets and someone had brought us food, we couldn't watch it all. So help us.
Still need to get through the Bone Temple. I still have to go see Sent Help.
The homework is insane.
Building it up.
What a wonderful problem, right, you guys?
Mm-hmm.
What a wonderful problem.
And speaking of Scrubs, are you excited for the new season coming out?
Give it to me. Yeah. I want to laugh. I know maybe it's not for everybody, but I enjoy.
I love Scrubs. I love the original, but the last season shouldn't have been made.
Yeah, agree.
And if it's going to be anything like the last season, then
I didn't catch that one actually. I didn't catch the very last one,
which is good because it only had it didn't have the whole cast in there. It
had the main people in it.
Okay. Was it just
trying too hard?
Was it okay?
It was like Saved by the Bell, a new class. Like very little people there. They're trying to introduce new characters.
And Franco.
So a lot of it was just like, this isn't the same people. So they tried watching it and they just couldn't get into it from there. So hopefully,
and JD was a teacher and he ended up leaving halfway through the season.
So would you say that my love for Scrubs originally will be hurt? Like my feelings will be hurt if I watch that season? You'll watch it
because you'll want to be a completist and you'll have to know.
Oh, but I'll be hurt.
But you're not going to be happy about it.
Okay. All right.
But you got to know.
Yeah. Especially with a new season coming out / reboot. So
am I gonna feel the same when I watch Grey Worm just get huffy puffy and just walk away at the end of Game of Thrones and not start a fight? Am I gonna feel like when I saw that?
Probably.
That hurt me bad.
Oof.
That hurt me bad. I was like, no way. There's got to be an on the cutting room floor 30-minute fight. Snow, gray worm, major carnage, and they're like, yeah, no, we can't. We don't have time.
I never bought Grey Worm as a believable battle hardened warrior.
It still should have happened. The fight should have happened. And
I'm not denying that. I'm just telling you, he always came off as a beanpole to me.
He was definitely serious, though. He was serious 100% of the time, that guy. But I would be too if he had some of the issues going on. Right. But
well, I wouldn't be as serious. I'd just give up.
I'd be like, why am I fighting?
Why?
Like, what are we doing?
What's the point?
You know what I mean? Like,
what happens when I win? I get women? Oh, great.
Like, what am I even gonna do with money? Like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? At that point,
fame? What's fame gonna get me?
Yeah. So maybe I won't dive into this last Scrubs season that you're telling me about it, because
you don't want to be a eunuch.
I think it is very, very dangerous to try to bring back shows many, many years later when your crew's different, your writers might be different, time has passed.
No. Okay, the last season of Scrubs we're talking about already came out.
Yeah.
This was years ago.
Yeah.
There's a new one coming out in September.
But that very last season that you were talking about, the old one, that had a little bit of separation though from the rest of the show.
Right. This new one is bringing back all the original cast.
Oh. Okay, well.
And they're going to be back at Sacred Heart Hospital doing the same old shit.
The thing about it that they're going to have to keep, they're going to lose me, is less about maybe all this character continuity, is that before the writing was solid. They went from good line to good line to good line to all of a sudden actually make you care about real stuff for a second and then laugh again. And like, it was that kind of writing that was really solid. So I don't care who they bring back, but if they don't nail the puns, the innuendo, you know what I mean? Then
I just want Cox to whistle his dentures out.
Oh, I can't. We don't know if that's going to happen. But somebody picked up the torch, and St. Dennis is really funny.
I don't think so.
I think it's funny.
I tried to get through his first season.
Didn't work for you?
It didn't do it.
I found it to be completely ridiculous, and I love David Allen Greer.
I love David Allen Greer too, but I couldn't do it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, and it's cheesy bad fun. If you're looking just for silly, this is okay. But yeah,
anyway, we're done reviewing now. Let's end the show
before we add more shows.
Before we review the entire universe and never have anything to talk about.
I told you there was so much homework.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We hope everyone liked what they heard. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, just let us know. forbiddenpanel@gmail.com. Find us on all the social medias that are out there. Blah 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 blah. We'll talk to you guys all later. Bye, everybody.
Later.